want to share one more story with you. Joining me now on the phone with another story from the epic storm that hit the Southeast this week, Randy Guyton from Concord, Alabama. And Randy, I read what you told our producer, that your home was destroyed in 6 seconds, and I want to have you describe that. But if you can, sir, lead me up to those 6 seconds. You were watching television, right, with your wife and your daughter and your son. You knew a storm was coming.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, our cable network went out on television, and the satellite went out, so all we had was an old radio to go by, National Weather Service, and we had probably, 30 seconds to get into the basement, because they said it hit our area within, 10 miles of the Hugh-Town Bessemer area, and we got down into the basement and opened up the middle door with the two double garage doors. All we had two cars parked in, one little girl's Honda Accord, and our Ridgeline, which was on our side, which would be facing the west side. And our house is two-story with brick foundation or concrete foundation. So
you knew you had 30 seconds to move and move quickly, and so you go to your car.
Yes, ma'am. This is what's incredible about this is, first of all, we opened up the middle door. We saw the storm coming from the west side of us, from Tuscaloosa. It was probably a mile-wide tornado, and we started to hear that the effect of the tornado.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like two jet engines and maybe 2 or 3 trains. So I said, all right, everybody get into the ridge, get into the car, into the truck. We all laid down into the floorboard, and it's just incredible power. Just the blocks caved in on us. The house came down. It took the house, raised it up, shifted it back, and it came down. And we were in the ridge line, and all the concrete blocks started slamming up against the doors. And that extra protection that I made a decision a long time ago, that would be the safest place for us to be.
That was your safe spot, going into your car, hitting the floor, hitting those floorboards, and that was the place that ultimately saved you and your wife and your son and your daughter's lives. What was it like, though? You described the bricks coming down on you. I mean, your home collapsed on your car.
The home collapsed down and crushed my daughter's car, which is next to us. The Ridgeline is a full-size pickup.
I see.
It's a heavy-duty truck. We laid in the floorboard, all 4 of us, front and back, and everything started coming down. Well, the truck caught, one of the beams came down straight across, which enabled the floor to keep from coming the rest of the way down on us. But the glass collapsed, but the concrete blocks were hitting the side of the vehicle so hard, it was scary. I mean, it's ultimately, between the Lord's hand on us, my son was screaming, "Jesus, save us."
Are you all right?
It's hard. But I've never seen any power, never experienced anything like that in my life. But the thing about it is, it was the right place at the right time, to be. If we'd have been anywhere in the basement, we'd have been killed because everything collapsed.
I hear you. I hear you emotional here talking about this experience. I would be emotional myself. You're emotional because you realize what? Because you realize you barely made it?
Yes, ma'am. And I know that the thing I want to say about this is the total loss of the home and everything is one thing, but what really amazed me is how people came together in the community helping one another. And it's like our healing process,
And you have your family.
I've never seen anybody, a bunch of people, work so hard to come together, as from law enforcement, neighbors and distant neighbors. And the church next to me was, the roof was taken off. It's probably a 40, 50-year-old church, real well built, the structure, and they found the full church bulletin 70 miles down in Springville, Alabama.
The winds were unbelievable. We hear, up to 200 miles per hour in some spots.
Yes,
Randy Guyton, I'm glad you're all right, and your family, and it's wonderful to hear all these different communities coming together, as you said. Randy, thank you for calling in and sharing your story, and we are thankful that you are okay. If you would like to find out more on how you can help all these folks devastated by the tornadoes from this past week, here's where you go. Impact Your World. Go to CNN.com/impact. There, you will find all kinds of organizations, ways you can help those in need. Again, CNN.com/impact.